Noble people, wá bá wa yọ̀. Noble people, Noble TV, Noble Radio, wá bá yín yọ̀. Noble people, wá bá wa yọ̀. Noble people, Noble TV, Adé Ada, Noble Radio, wá bá yín yọ̀. Mr. Noble, ó yá bá mi jó. Ayo Adéyàgá, ó yá ká jọjọ náà, torí kí wọ́n má mọ̀ṣì láyé tó wá o. Kí wọ́n má mọ̀ ìyàsẹ́ láyé tó wá, torí adùn ti gbẹ̀yìn ewúro. Aláṣẹ Noble People International Magazine tó kárí ayé. Ṣebí ìwọ látọkùn ètò yọríyọrí, ètò tó sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ìfẹ́. Lórí Noble TV, lórí Noble.
Good evening, everybody. How are we doing today? Good evening, my brothers and sisters. My name is Kickeh Diamond, known as Noble Police. Please help me to share, Please help me to share. Today's topic is about our children. As you all know that I love anything to do with kids. I'm into it. Anything to do with kids, I will get involved. I will come online. I will talk about it. And today is about bullying. Please help me to share. If you're just joining in, please say hello to me. If you are just joining, please say hi to me. Sorry, I'm looking down, just quickly sharing on WhatsApp so that people can come in. Please, if you have children, I want you to invite your children to watch this with me, or with you, sorry. I would like your children to also watch this, because we all need to learn from this. We all need to learn from this. You know, it's what is going on in our surroundings, and we all need to learn from it. We all need to know what is going on and be aware of this. And I actually want to talk about the incidents that happened recently and that went viral on social media. So this is what I want to talk today. So I would appreciate if you help me to share. If you help me to share this so that we can all learn about it and know what is going on in our society. So please do help me to share to family and friends. Thank you. Yes, I'm with you now. I'm with you. And while I was doing this research, seriously, I felt so emotional. I nearly cried. It didn't come out, but I nearly cried. If you're just joining me for the first time, please say hi to me so that I can recognize that you're here, you're watching me, so I can say hi to you. As you all know my rules, you say hello and I say hello back. In case, you just want to watch quietly and silently without anyone knowing that you are online watching. So let me start from spotting the signs that your child, my child, is being bullied. So today's topic is about bullying, and I'm gonna refer it to the incident that happened between the girls on Wednesday, where one child was bullied and beaten, which well done to all parents out there. Nobody was happy about it. Nobody encouraged it, and a lot of parents, they did share it. A lot of parents shared it. A lot of parents, they let it go around so that that the parents of this child can see it and can know what is going on. Good evening, ma. Good evening, Auntie Vivian. Good evening, ma. Thank you for joining me. Please let me to share. If you have little ones, as long as your children know what I'm saying, please help me to let them, encourage them to watch this program. This program is for everyone. Everyone from 2 years old, they understand. It's for everyone. Please help me to share. So spotting the sign that my child is being bullied. You know your child best, so it will be aware of if something is wrong with your child. You should be aware of it. And I'm gonna say this before I start. In my own children's school, every time I picked my child from school, I always ask the teacher, is everything okay? how did she do today, so that they carry me along on the day-to-day activity of my child, so that if my child misbehave, obviously when I ask the teacher of my child, she would tell me so. And my son especially knows this, that his mom want to know what happened in school daily. Whenever I picked him up, I want to know what happened, if he did his work well, if he behaved himself. And it's not that most of us as parents, we don't know. It's not that we don't care about our children, but sometimes we just forget, or we think it's not necessary to ask, or it's just not our nature to keep asking the teacher, how was my child today? What did he do? Was he okay? Things like that. And don't think that the teacher will pick up on your child if you keep asking, or the teacher will think, no, the teacher is aware as well that you just want to know that your child is performing well. So the type of behavior that might be an indication of bullying includes a reluctance to go to school. Some child, when they've been bullied at school, you will hear, "Mommy, I don't want to go to school today." Without no reason. Nothing is going on. They're not sick. They don't have headache. They didn't fall down. Nothing happens to them. But they just want to avoid, being bullied at school, or something is definitely going on. If your child keeps telling you, "I don't want to go to school. I do not want to go to school. Please, Mommy, I don't want to." And they start crying as well. "Please, Mommy, I don't want to go to school." Definitely something is wrong. And probably the first thing to do is sit your child down. Ask him or her, what is going on? Are you okay? Is anybody bullying you? Is anybody picking on you? Why don't you want to go to school? From there, they will be able to tell you something. Unexplained tummy upset or headache. Like I said, somebody said, "I have headache, I have tummy ache." Before they went to bed, I was playing, dancing, everything was okay. But because of, like I said, what is going on in the surrounding, they will make up some story showing signs of distress. Probably from the weekend, Friday, Saturday, they were okay. Saturday night, Sunday night now, they know there's school. The next day, then they'll be showing distress, like feeling, "I don't want to go to school." Become either quiet or withdrawn or playing up. And you know your child better than anyone else. You know when your child is in good mood, when they're not in good mood. You know that there's definitely something going on when, they're withdrawn from things. If your child is coming home with torn clothes or missing belonging, maybe one of the schoolmates has taken their bag, take out something from there, ripped their clothes, things like that. These are the signs that my child or your child, maybe somebody is bullying them. These are the signs that I'm starting from the sign. Wanting to leave for school much earlier than necessary, or returning home late. And when your child, sorry, somebody was messaging me on what page I'm on, so I'm trying to reply where. So when your child is coming home early from school without, nothing, they just want to come home early. The school finishes like 3:30. Your child is at home at 2. Definitely know that maybe that your child didn't go to school for him to be home that early. And if he's coming home late, then definitely know that something is going on as well. Did he went somewhere, try to avoid all the drama at school? Bullying can have an impact on a child's mental health. So if your child is showing signs of serious distress, such as depression, anxiety, and self-harm, please talk to your child. Refer your child to the GP. Help me to share. This topic is for everybody. When we think of bullying, images of playground confrontation spring to our mind, especially children. Even as adults, if we've been there before, we all been through school. And if you have been bullied before, it's something like what happened on Wednesday that you saw, that will bring your own memory as well. It will bring it back. Like, oh my gosh, when I was in school, they did it to me. So happened to me. Such as kids being pushed around at school, having their hair pulled in the hallway or teased in front of the school. It is often treated as just kids being kids. and with minor and short-term consequences. Sometimes we think, oh, it's normal. But when your child continues to report this kind of behavior to you, please do not take it slightly. Don't say, oh, they're just joking, they're just kids. No. Like I said to you, I go to my kids' school and I ask questions. Even from reception, I have a child in reception. I do ask how she's doing. And there was one time that the teacher told me, oh, she likes being with so friend and she always gets in trouble with that friend. And I say to the teacher, please, you need to separate her from this so friend, because I don't want it to continue like that. If you notice, or your teacher, the teacher of your child is telling you your child is always getting in trouble with so group, ask them to move your child away from that group. Don't say because they're in the same class together, but they can do it. They can do it. Research shows that the effects of bullying can persist into adulthood, affecting both the victim and the bully for the rest of their lives. So we need to understand this. I'm going to say it again so that we don't take it slightly. We don't take it as joke. No, it's not joke. This is not a joking matter. When we notice this going on with our kids, it's not a joking matter. We need to take it up. We need to take it up. Research shows that the effects of bullying can persist into adulthood, affecting both the victim and the bully for the rest of their lives. So don't think about today. This thing will go on, and we all know what it could lead to. We all know what this could lead to. The very act of bullying is a dangerous one for both parties. Bullying produces strong feelings of fear, shame, embarrassment, and guilt in the victim. Bullies use threats to keep the victim quiet. I'm going to quickly go back to the Wednesday incident that happened between the girls. If you can see, the girl says, let me go back. It says, use threats to keep the victim quiet. The girl was telling the other bully, it says, I don't even know you. Then the girl was saying, keep quiet, shut up. And she said, you cannot tell me what and what not to say. She's still saying, shut up. And before you know it, she put her hair up to attack the girl. First, she threatened the girl. Then tried to say she should be quiet and not say anything. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. I don't want to take time today. I'm going to talk about the side effects, the short-term side effects of bullying. The short-term effects of bullying can be profound. Research has shown also that children who are bullied at school are likely to exhibit the following symptoms. Unhappy in school, number one. More withdrawn, I've said that. Less concentration at school. Less concentrate of people's feelings. More adjustment problem. Increased anxiety. Increased depression. That is just a short. Many of these effects of bullying can be short-term, but there are also long-term consequences, in particular if the bullying continues for a prolonged period of time. Children who are routinely bullied are at great risk of depression and lower self-esteem later in life. We've seen this going on. Most parents they still have that low self-esteem, probably doing what has happened in their life. It might not be during school time. It might be adult to adult. They bully each other as well. Relationship, there's bullying there. So this, go a long way. Likely to suffer from loss of confidence. We might see a lot of parents. Some of them, they've been so abused that they are caged. They are caged in the little world. They don't want to go out. They don't want to associate themselves. They feel less confident in anything they do. They don't want to dress up. They don't want to make up. They just want to look rough, shabby. They don't care. They just want to stay in their own little corner. And this, if this carry on in our children's life, This is the way they will build up to when when they get to the adult stage. They will still be in that little cage. Good evening, ma. Auntie Vivian, how are you, ma? Thank you, ma, for joining. Thank you, my lovely, beautiful pastor, for joining. More likely to report migraine, headaches, because of they're thinking so much. They've been through so much in their life that everything is in their little head, thinking left, right, front, back, prone to miss more school because of excuses and on excuses absent, likely to experience increased problem with family life and relationship. We will see some children even nowadays that they cage up as well. They are cage up. They don't want friends. They don't want to go and play. They don't want to go out anywhere because they've been abused, because they've been bullied. So they prefer to stay alone, do everything alone. And most of these kids, they're brilliant. They are brilliant. Look at the what is that boy that was killed in Peckham then? That boy that came, Damilola Taylor. Look at that incident as well. He's a good boy. He wasn't among the gang or whatever that happened. They stabbed him. He died because he's a freako. At higher risk of running away from home. Yes, some kids could run away from home if they've been bullied and they think the parent is not doing nothing about it. More likely to have problem with alcohol and drug use. When it's too much for them, they will just join a gang or get into the habit to just erase everything that is going on in their head. They will start being drug addicts, alcohol, smoking, more likely to engage in self-destructive behavior as well. These are more of effects that could happen if your children has been bullied, even as adults. The effect of bullying ain't just limited to the victim, however. Recently, like you all know, I like to make a research on whatever topic I want to treat. If it's topic that is a little bit deep, which this one is very deep, have found that 6 out of 10 kids identify as bullies in middle school. 6 out of 10, that's a lot. 6 out of 10 is a lot. Psychologists believe that understanding how bullying affects people in adulthood is vital, which was what I was saying before. When we turn 18 and leave school, we don't leave all this experience behind us. Rather, we carry them with us, affecting almost every area of our lives, relationship-wise, family, everything. What can bully do to people? Okay, this is what bullying can do. I'm still coming back to the incident that happened on Wednesday, but I need to go through all this first, knowing what bully is, what bully can do to someone. What can bully do to people? A long time bullying can lead to depression, feeling that you are worthless. And this happens most in children's life. At school, wherever they are, boarding house, back in Nigeria, even here, I'm sure everyone go through it. Relationship-wise, yes, it happens. Sometimes, some of these effects can last for a long time, even into adulthood. Like I said, a person who is bullied may become an adult who finds it hard to trust others, has problem making or keeping friends, and lack in confidence or self-worth. So these are what to do. You need to talk to your children about friends as well. Sometimes our friends do how can I say it? Put us in trouble, or we have friends that they are not our friends. Children might not believe that. Children might think and not even children might think, hello, Uncle Bailey. Uncle Bailey, where have you been? Good afternoon, Uncle Bayo Shawa. How have you been? How's family? Yes, children believe that everybody is my friend. I've seen that situation where too young reception. The girl doesn't really like the other girl, but the girl likes the other girl. And the girl that liked the other girl, that one always bullied the other one. But she still thinks she's my friend. Talk to your child about what it is to be a good friend. For example, a good friend is kind, and makes you feel good about yourself. Please encourage your children to watch. Can kids fight back when they are bullied? It will probably depend on the situation and where. I'm probably not allowed to say this. I've always said to my own child, if anybody slap you, slap the person back. Don't let it wait. Because you need to encourage your children to stand up for themselves. And the problem we have as well is the school. With the question you asked her, the problem we have is the school as well. Because sometimes when somebody bullies a child and the child reacted back, they always go back to the one that reacted back, which shouldn't be. They need to find out what happened. Nobody should be able to stand a bully. You should be able to beat that person back immediately. That's what I believed in, and that's how we were brought up. If anybody slap you, slap that person back. You can be like Jesus if you want. They said if you bring your left, if they slap you left, you take the right one. So to your answer, sir, it depends on how you train your kids, what you tell your kids. But if with my own child, though, if somebody don't bully anybody. I always tell them, do not bully anyone. Bullying is not good. But if somebody bully you, if you don't hit that person back, they will do it again. And that's the thing. If somebody is bullying your child, they keep doing it and keep doing it, and your child is not doing anything about it. Another kid will pick on your child because it sees that your child is soft. Your child is not doing anything. So it will become, your child will become weak. It will have other people that want to bully him because he's not doing anything. Right? This will help to highlight where there may be forced friendship. Talk to your child about the difference between baton and bullying. This is what baton is playful when both parties find it funny. Bullying is repetitive and hurtful. It also involves a power imbalance. Tell them if somebody constantly puts them down, they are not a real friend. Yes, if anybody is pulling your child down, tell them they are not. If they keep sneaking on you every time, they keep gossiping on you every time. The only time they are your friends is when they take money from you, when they take food from you. Apart from that, they snitch on you, do everything on you. They are not your friend. Speak to your child teachers. I've said that with your child, which I do that. Ask them the perspective. Does your teacher fully understand the friendship dynamic as well? Ask about your child's friends. They will tell you. Some of us think that if they go to the school teacher, they won't say anything, or they'll think, oh, so. No, talk to them. Auntie Sean says, hello everyone in the house. Good evening for joining, Auntie Sean. God bless you for joining. Please let me to share. Let your kids hear this. Some children are more likely to have false friends. Yes, false friendship. For example, disabled children, it's especially important that disabled children understand what makes a good friend. If anybody have a disabled child, they must understand that their friend really truly love them for who they are, not to mock them. They need to show them love, show them that real friendship, not to mock them, not to think, oh, you're different from me. We are all the same. If your child doesn't have many other friends, you could encourage them to get involved in extracurricular activities or activities outside of school, for example, drama or sports, so that they might be able to develop other friendship and improve their confidence. Okay, now I'm going because of time. I'm trying to hurry up. How can I help my child if they are being bullied? This is now for you parents. How can I help my child if they are being bullied? So, if your child is being bullied, trying to share again. If your child is being bullied, don't panic. Yeah? Your key role is to listen as a parent. calming and providing reassurance that the situation can get better when action is taken. I'm going to read that again. If your child is being bullied, don't panic. Your key role as a parent, as a guardian, as whatever you are to that child, is listening, calming and providing reassurance that the situation can get better when action is taken. So first, listen and reassure them that coming to you was the right thing to do. Because most kids don't like telling the parents that, somebody bullied them. Some kids are just afraid of their parents, that they cannot talk to their parents. Some kids will just take it silently, quietly. They don't want nobody to know that they are being bullied. Good evening, Mr. Lawan Samsudin. How are you doing? Hello, Mom. Hello, son. Try and establish the facts. It can be helpful to keep a diary of events to share with the school. So if this is something that is going on often and often, write it down every time. Report it immediately, but keep writing it. Know what the school will do about it and what they are doing about it. Because you've been complaining and you have all that diary of what has been going on. So if the school is not taking any action, you have it down. You have it down. Assure them that the bullying is not their fault and that they have family that will support them. Reassure them that you will not take any action without discussing it with them first. So you need to talk to your child. You need to talk to the school. If it's something within family, friends that are close, talk to that person's parents. Talk to the parents. It helps. Call the children together. Talk to them. What happened? What is going on? What did you do? What did you do? Right? Don't encourage retaliation. They say that to bullying, such as violent action. It's important for children to avoid eating or punching or an abusive peer. Reacting that way as negative and unpredictable results. They may be hurt even further and find that they are labeled as the problem rather than just that they walk away and seek help, which happens mostly in school. Like I've said before, most of the time, if your child is being bullied, somebody punch your child retaliates. The teacher will probably pull your own child to say your child shouldn't have done it. But like I said, they punch you, you punch yours. Immediately do it back so that you don't give in to bully. But here it says do not. So it depends on how you train, what advice you give to your children. Find out what your child wants to happen next, to the person, or what he thinks, how he feels. Help to identify the choices open to them, the potential next step to take, and the skills they may have to help solve the problem. Okay, let me don't say this, but I want to say it. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, let me say it in a way that I've seen where a child has been bullied. Bully. Every time bully. And this girl don't fight back. She cannot fight. She don't know how to. And you know what the parents did? The parents actually took the children to learn taekwondo, to learn how to defend themselves, to learn how to fight. Because there it says, look for how to solve the problem. Learn how to defend yourself. See, take your son or your daughter to go and learn how to defend themselves, so that in that kind of situation, they're able to fight back. Encourage your child to get involved in activities, like I'm saying, that build their confidence and self-esteem and help them to form friendship outside of school or whatever the bullying is taking place, wherever the bullying is taking place. And discuss the situation with your child's teacher or head teacher or the lead adult wherever the bullying is taking place. Every child has the right to a safe environment in which to learn and play. Schools must have a behavior policy which sets out the measures that will be taken to prevent all forms of bullying between pupils. For more information on making complaints about bullying, look on the website for your school, make contacts to the school, things like that. but do not let it slide. Don't take bullying as something to wave aside. Don't take it as it's nothing. It's something. When your children are being bullied, it's something. You are not the one in the shoe. They know how that feels. This could have a bad impact in their life from that young age. And I'm going to quickly say this before I now go into the incidents that happened on Wednesday between the girls. So let's say my child has been accused of bullying others. It is very difficult for parents and carers when they find out that their child has been involved in a bullying incident. Yes, perhaps even more so if the child is the one accused of bullying behavior. It's not a good thing. It's not a nice thing to hear that your child is bullying another child. The important thing to remember is that anyone is capable of bullying behavior. Yes, anybody could actually develop this thing. It doesn't mean that it's the parent's fault. It doesn't mean, it's the parents that said go and do this, go and do that, things like that. As parents, you have a key role in helping your child to recognize the harm they have caused and encouraging them to change their behavior in not only in the future, from now to the future. All parents and carers should speak to their children about what bullying is and how it makes people feel. Sometimes they said because something didn't happen to us, we don't talk about it, we're not aware of it. We don't need to wait. We don't need to wait for our children to be bullied before we talk to our children about bullying, what it is, the effect it could have on people, the impact that could have on people. So we don't need to wait till then. We need to make actions now. We need to make actions now. We need to let they need to feel they can talk to you if there is bullying happening in the class. Because things like this, it encourages our children to do it. Their friend is doing it. They want to do it as well to gain muscle, to gain that, yeah, I'm the best, I can fight. Sometimes children and young people can be bullied into bullying behavior. Yes. And that's the situation we are in now about the knife and gun crime. Right? Sometimes children and young people can be bullied into bullying behavior by friends or the wider peer group, which this is causing a lot of problem now. This is particularly true of hurtful comments, images spread through social medias, network sites. Some top tips of parenting includes, make sure your child knows what bullying behavior is and why it is wrong. Make sure your child knows what bullying behavior is and why it is wrong. Make sure your child knows they can talk to you or to other adults if they are worried about bullying. Help your child to realize that no one has the right to pressure them into something they don't want to do. This includes bullying others. Make sure they are not bullying others in retaliation for bullying they have suffered. Find out if there is a wider culture of bullying in the school or environment where it happens. Talk to your child about information that is shared through social network sites. Let them know that they shouldn't upload comments or images that could hurt someone else, or pass content that is designed to hurt someone else. Let them know most social network sites have report button. If they have seen bullying behavior, they want to stop it. So sometimes this social media as well get our children into trouble, because I've seen where somebody beat up somebody on the street only because the person commented on something on social media or on the person. It's like, what is going on in our surrounding as an adult, and you go somewhere, you went and comment, and you get bullied for it. It happens among our children as well. It happens among the children as well, where they will make a comment, and the comment will get them in trouble in the real world. or somebody looking for them because they make a comment, they went to knock the door and said, you say so about me on so Facebook or Instagram, whatever it was. So we need to be mindful and careful. We need to let our children know these things. Make it clear that you do not tolerate the use of disrespectful and hurtful language and behavior as family. Right? You make it clear to them. Make it clear to your children that bullying is not acceptable in any way or any form, in any circumstances. Bullying is not right. It shouldn't be done. So now I'm going back to the incident that happened. I'm trying to enlarge it as I don't wear glasses. I might need glasses. I wanted calling today, but I'm just going to talk through. Sorry about that. So back to the incident that happened recently, this week, right? Wednesday, about the girl that was bullied in Tottenham, right? Whew, I don't know where I should start from, but Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí a bí ọmọ tó máa kó ìtìjú bá wa. Àmín. Firstly, all the other girls that was with that girl that day, all the girls that supported the girl that bullied the other girl, in my own opinion, they all should be suspended. And the first one that spoke and said, you want me to beat you? Bubble class, last class, me I beat up one last week. She needs to be expelled, number one. Even though she did not bully directly, but she said that word, that she beat up somebody, last class, she said something like that. Right? And the one that think that she's, let me go there. All we need to teach our children never to get involved with anything to do with bullying or any sort of fighting, because all these kids that were there should be punished. Because if they don't do that, they will continue to do it. But if they are made a scapegoat publicly, the other ones that are coming behind will watch out for themselves and know that it's not right. So now I'm talking about the incident that happened on Wednesday. All the children that was with that girl that bullied the other girl, they should be suspended from school. And the main gang that beat up somebody and the first one that spoke, they should both get expelled. And the main girl in particular that wanted to be wannabe gangster, she wants to show off to her friends that she's tough, she can fight. What a disgrace. What a shame. At what age? They're not even up to 14 years of age yet. And look what happened. Yes, most parents are doing that. We try to teach our children as much, we try to encourage them and let them do good as much as we can. But we will not have a child that will shame us out there, because this is a public disgrace to this girl family. This is a public disgrace to the family. And I was saying something, I was saying to Yoruba, sorry. Money irú àwọn ọmọ akọni síta bí ọmọ ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ yìí, ìyá ẹ̀ lè má dúró dáadáa nílùú yìí. Ìṣẹ̀kọ̀ kóyẹ́ pọ̀ ọmọ yẹn gan ló sì fẹ́ lò láti fi tòwé. Ọmọ ó ti kóyà ẹ̀ síta bí ọmọ ọdún mẹ́jọ, wọ́n á ní kí ìyá ẹ̀ wá sí skul kò ní lè lọ. Irú kí la fẹ́ ṣe fúnra ọmọ báyìí? Wọ́n tún ní àlè lọ́mọ burúkú fún ẹ̀kún pàjẹ́. But what kind of discipline can we do to this kind of girl? Or any other child that is misbehaving in any family? What is it to do to them? How can we discipline them? What can we do to make their life better? I've seen a lot of comments saying it's the parent's fault. Maybe the parent didn't brought the girl up properly. Maybe the parent is rude and this. Most times we parents, like I said, we're trying as much as we can. But most of us, we do not know what our children are capable of outside of us, when we're not watching, when we're not with them. And most of these children, inside their house, they behave themselves. But when they're outside, they misbehave. There's something else. What I would say is, to be able to help your children, Yeah? Any child that when you're talking, they are back talking to you. Do not take it. Do not take it from them. If you are talking, your child is talking back at you. Don't take it from them. Any child that their mouth is too baby, 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 don't take it from them. These are the kind of child that grow up to be bullied, to start misbehaving when their mouths cannot be closed, when their mouth is too loose, when adults are talking, they're pop nosing to it. They, when they're outside, their voice is so loud, like their mother. You need to try and stop that. When you notice this in your children's life, yes, that anyone baby, 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 I want one baby, baby. They want to dress as they want. They want to go out when they want. They want to do things that suit them. They don't want to listen to you. You need to stop them now before it gets worse. And now to my beautiful darling, the girl that got bullied, dear young lady. Well done for sticking up for yourself. You did challenge the girl. I saw it. You challenged your bully. You tried your best and you kept calm. Well done. Not that you cannot fight back, and I see your bully as a weak girl. I see her as a weak girl who took you unexpected. You wasn't expecting it by your hair. She also took an advantage on you, as she might be a little bit older than you. I can see that maybe you're younger than her. So she took advantage of you. I don't know you, but I want to encourage you today. This is not the end of the world. Do not let this affect you. Do not let this put you down. You have all the right to live your normal life, and you have all the right to attend school and continue to him high. This is something that goes on in life, and we have to be strong. And to the parents of this girl, please, don't take it slightly. Don't abandon it. Don't think it's normal. Don't think it's okay. This girl really needs you, man. All the family that knows the girl, if you're friends of the girl, if you know the parents, you need to call the parents. Just talk to the parents. Let the parents reassure the girl that it is well, it is all right. This shouldn't stop her from going out. This should not stop her from going to school. This should not stop her from learning more and aiming high. And as we parents, we will not take any form of any bullying from any other parents, or any other child. One of my friends said something. She said, if it was my child, that mother, I would beat that mother. Anywhere I see that mother, I'll be beating her. But we don't want that. We don't even want our children to start bullying. We want them to stop. And this is a wake-up call for us, all of us, regardless where you are from, who you are. This is a wake-up call, because this is how the knife and gun started. It started small like this with our youth, with our boys. And it's still going on. And now it's our girls. This one just started. So if we don't want it to continue, we must take action now. We must do something about it now. We need to train our children well. It's not easy in this country. Wherever we are, it's not easy. But we must try and continue to do our best. We must talk to our children about bullying, about being good and being bad. It doesn't matter what age our children are. We need to let them know that being a bad child is not a good thing. Bullying somebody else to gain respect is not a good thing. You want to be a gangster? It's not a good thing. You think you can beat everybody up, you can do this and do that. It's not a good thing. And also you need to encourage your children to know how to stand up for themselves. This girl in particular that was bullied, she did stood up for herself. Firstly, she said, I don't know you, but I don't know what transpired between them. And she said, you cannot tell me what and what not to say. She stood up for herself. But the weak one, which she thinks she's the one that she has power, the girl was unaware, and you pulled her hair and you beat her for what? She wasn't even fighting back. This is not acceptable. This is very bad, and it shouldn't repeat itself anymore. We parents need to stand up. We need to learn. We need to research more about what is going on around us, and we need to educate our children about what is going on around us. I show my two kids what happened And I told them about it. And you don't do this to your friends or any other people. It is not right. It is not good. Thank you for joining me today. As I said, I would not take much of your time. Please join me next week, Friday, on And with Noble People on Noble People